Have you ever stopped for a moment and wondered why some people keep winning in life, no matter how many times they fall? You see them fail, struggle, lose money, lose relationships, hit rock bottom, and yet somehow they come back stronger. Meanwhile, others with the same skills, the same opportunity, sometimes even more talent, seem stuck in the same place for years. It almost feels unfair. And naturally, the first thing we assume is luck. Maybe they were born lucky. Maybe they had the right connections. Maybe life just favors them. But here's the uncomfortable truth most people don't want to hear. Winning has very little to do with luck and almost everything to do with mindset. Winning people don't live in a different world. They live in the same reality you do. They face the same fears, the same doubts, the same pressure, and sometimes even bigger problems. The real difference is not what happens to them, but how they interpret what happens to them. That single shift changes everything. And this is exactly what Denis Waitley explains in his powerful book, The Psychology of Winning. This book is not hype. It's not feel-good motivation that fades after a few hours. It's a mental framework, a way of thinking, a way of living, a way of seeing yourself and the world that quietly but permanently changes the direction of your life. This book teaches one core idea again and again in different forms. Winners win inside first, before the money shows up, before the success shows up, before recognition shows up. The victory happens internally, and once that internal shift happens, the external world slowly rearranges itself. That's why some people seem unstoppable. They already won the real battle, the one inside their own mind. Denis Waitley explains that the biggest competition you will ever face is not other people. It's not the economy. It's not your background. It's not even your past failures. Your biggest competition is the conversation you have with yourself every single day. That inner voice is either building you up or tearing you down. And most people don't even realize how much damage their own thoughts are doing to them. Think about how often people say things like, "I'm just not good at this," or "I always mess things up," or "people like me don't succeed," or "I'm too late now." Those words may seem harmless, but they are instructions to the brain. When you repeat them daily, your mind accepts them as truth. And once your mind accepts something as true, your actions start to follow that belief. This is how people unknowingly program themselves for failure. Winning people understand this. They are extremely aware of their inner dialogue. They don't allow their mind to run on autopilot. They listen to their thoughts, question them, and consciously replace the destructive ones. This is where the first principle of the book begins: positive self-awareness. Positive self-awareness means knowing yourself honestly, without judgment. Winners look at themselves clearly. They know what they're good at, and they know where they need improvement. But they don't label themselves as broken, useless, or inferior. They understand that weaknesses are not identities. They are simply areas for growth. Most people avoid self-awareness because it feels uncomfortable. It forces you to face your fears, your insecurities, and your patterns. But winners lean into that discomfort. They ask themselves hard questions. Why do I react this way? Why do I quit when things get difficult? Why do I seek approval so badly? Why am I afraid to take risks? This level of honesty is not self-attack, it's self-mastery. Denis Waitley explains that once you identify the mental patterns holding you back, they lose their power over you. Awareness creates distance. You stop being controlled by your thoughts and start observing them. And the moment you observe a negative belief instead of blindly believing it, change becomes possible. Winning starts the day you stop lying to yourself and stop running from your inner truth. From self-awareness, the next foundation is positive self-esteem. This is where many people misunderstand winners. They assume confidence means arrogance or ego. But real self-esteem has nothing to do with feeling superior to others. It's about feeling secure within yourself. Winners respect themselves. They don't constantly seek validation. They don't destroy themselves over mistakes. They understand their own worth even when they fail. Low self-esteem is one of the biggest silent killers of potential. When someone secretly believes they are not good enough, they self-sabotage. They don't apply for opportunities. They don't speak up. They settle for less. They stay in situations that drain them. And often, they don't even realize why they're doing it. It all comes back to how they see themselves. Denis Waitley explains that the world reflects the image you hold of yourself. If you treat yourself as disposable, others will too. If you don't respect your own boundaries, people won't respect them for you. Winners build self-esteem by keeping promises to themselves. They do what they say they will do. Even small commitments matter. Every time you follow through, your self-trust grows. And self-trust is the root of confidence. Another critical principle in the psychology of winning is positive self-control. Winners understand that they cannot control everything that happens to them, but they can always control their response. This is a game changer. Life will throw chaos at everyone. Unexpected losses, rejection, betrayal, failure. The difference is how people respond. Losing-minded people react emotionally. They explode, shut down, blame others, or give up. Winning-minded people pause. They take responsibility. They ask, what can I learn from this? What's the next best move? This doesn't mean they don't feel pain. It means they don't let pain decide their future. Self-control is emotional discipline. It's not suppressing feelings, but managing them. Anger, fear, jealousy, and frustration are natural. Letting them control your decisions is optional. Winners train themselves to respond intentionally instead of reacting impulsively. That ability alone separates leaders from followers and winners from victims. Closely connected to self-control is positive self-motivation. Winners do not wait for motivation to show up. They don't depend on others to push them. They don't wait until they feel ready. They move because they have a reason. They have a purpose that pulls them forward, even on days they feel tired or discouraged. External motivation is unreliable. A speech, a video, a quote might fire you up temporarily, but it fades. Internal motivation is different. It comes from knowing why you're doing what you're doing. When your goals are deeply personal, discipline becomes easier. You stop needing constant reminders. You wake up with direction. Denis Waitley emphasizes that winners are driven by meaning, not pressure. They are not running away from fear. They are running towards something that matters to them. This shift changes how effort feels. Work stops feeling like punishment and starts feeling like progress. Another powerful concept in the book is positive self-image. This is how you see yourself when no one is watching. Your self-image acts like a thermostat for your success. You will never consistently perform above how you see yourself. If deep down you believe you are average, you will unconsciously return to average results, even after temporary success. Winners create a clear mental picture of who they are becoming. They see themselves confident, capable, disciplined, and resilient. Even when reality doesn't yet match that image, they hold on to it. Over time, their actions begin to align with that vision. The mind is constantly working to prove itself right. Give it a powerful image, and it will find ways to make it real. Self-direction is another defining trait of winners. They don't drift through life hoping things work out. They set direction. They decide what matters. They define success on their own terms. Without direction, effort gets wasted. You can work hard and still go nowhere if you're not clear on where you're headed. Winners ask themselves important questions regularly. Where am I going? Is this decision moving me closer or further away from my goals? Am I living intentionally or just reacting to life? This level of clarity gives their actions power. Even small steps matter when they're taken in the right direction. Then comes positive self-discipline, which might be the most misunderstood quality of all. Discipline is often seen as punishment, but winners see it as freedom. Discipline is what allows you to do what you want in the long run by doing what you must in the short run. It's choosing progress over comfort. Winners don't rely on motivation to stay consistent. They build systems. They build habits. They show up even when they don't feel like it. They understand that feelings are temporary, but habits shape destiny. Every day they practice, improve, and refine. This consistency compounds over time into extraordinary results. Positive self-dimension goes even deeper. Winners understand that they are more than their job, their income, or their current role. They have values, principles, a philosophy of life. This deeper identity keeps them grounded. When external success fluctuates, their inner stability remains. This inner dimension protects them during failure. When you define yourself only by achievements, failure feels like death. But when you see yourself as a growing, learning human being, failure becomes feedback. It becomes part of the process, not the end of the story. Another key principle is positive self-projection. How you carry yourself sends a message to the world. Your posture, your tone, your words, and your actions all communicate how you see yourself. People respond to that energy. Winners project confidence not by being loud, but by being certain. They speak with clarity. They act with intention. They don't over-explain or apologize for existing. Finally, Denis Waitley talks about positive self-expectancy. This is the belief that your efforts will lead to positive outcomes. Winners expect good results, not because they are naive, but because they trust their preparation. Expectation shapes behavior. If you expect to fail, you hesitate. If you expect to succeed, you commit fully. Expectation influences effort, focus, and persistence. When you believe something is possible, you try longer, you recover faster, you see opportunities instead of obstacles. Over time, this belief becomes self-fulfilling. The psychology of winning is not about perfection. Winners fail a lot, but they don't internalize failure as identity. They separate what happened from who they are. They learn, adjust, and continue. That's the real secret. Winning is not a destination. It's a mindset practiced daily. This book reminds you of something powerful. You are not a victim of circumstances. You are a participant in your own life. You may not control where you started, but you control how you move forward. The moment you take responsibility for your inner world, your outer world begins to change. If you've ever felt stuck, lost, tired, or defeated, this message is for you. Winning is not reserved for a chosen few. It's a skill, a mindset, a discipline, and it can be learned. One thought at a time, one decision at a time, one day at a time. When you change how you think, you change how you act. When you change how you act, you change your results. And when your results change, your life follows. That's the real psychology of winning.